What is happening, family? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. Look, my friends, on today's conversation, there happens to be some beefs happening in the world of MAGA. That's right. Make America great again. It ain't looking so great in the MAGA movement. We have countless of influential figures that are having online battles amongst each other. It's like, what's going on there? Is everybody trying so hard trying to impress Daddy, as they call him? Daddy's home. Daddy's back. Yeah, well, that was weird, wasn't it? It was extremely weird. So we're seeing a lot of issues happening within the MAGA movement. Also, um, I want to move it on to some s- pop culture news. As I mentioned before, I don't think I had some time to speak about it on the previous show, but Saturday Night Live hit comedy sketch show, one of the probably the longest running, because I think they celebrated 50 years, yeah, about 50 years, and they did countless of docuseries, documentaries. They did a live concert with all past memorable performers, and then they did their, of course, their 2 or 3 hour special. It was dope. Well, guess what? They're starting to take their talents and start a SNL in UK. That's right. So we'll talk a little more about that. And also in the world of pop culture, the Friday series that was started by the one and only Ice Cube, they have announced that they do have another Friday in the works. This will make what? Friday number 4, which has been in conversations for some years now, and it's unfortunate that they're missing out on some. They're missing some key folks who are no longer with us, but we will discuss that a little more in the show. What else do we have? What else do we have? We have some more. Excuse my French, but f ups from this administration. We'll discuss this later on in the program, and then also, if we have some time, I'll talk about Instagram. Insta is getting stricter. That's right. We'll talk about that a little more in the program. But again, my friends, thank you so much for taking the time, 1 hour of your time, to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. I am your host, your friend, your homie, Arrington Gavin. And I'm just so honored and thrilled that you all have been riding with us since day one. For those who are new to the program, I thank you. I thank you. Please do not be a stranger. Continue to tune in and support the program. Share with a friend, with family. Truly appreciate that. Look, we drop new episodes weeknights, Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel at the Arrington Gavin Show. You can also listen watch us on Rumble at that same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also catch us on the Goatverse TV app. Again, if you would love to watch and look at this pretty face that goes with this amazing voice, you can do me a favor, download the Goatverse TV app. It's available on the App Store, Google Play Store, where else? Roku, as well as Amazon Fire. And so be sure you can check out episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show. Also, you can listen to us on all major podcast platforms, wherever you get your podcasts. And you can also listen to us on our radio affiliates, WDJY 99.1 FM, straight talk out of the Metro Atlanta area. And you can check us out on our new affiliate, one of our new affiliates, WBOK 1230 AM, where what New Orleans is talking about. So honored to be a part of that station. It is one of the oldest and longest running black owned stations in the country. So I'm truly honored to be a part of such an amazing station out there. Look, you can watch our you can listen to our show on WBOK 1230 AM Monday through Fridays at 8 p.m. Central Time. And then If you happen to be in the metro Atlanta area, you can tune in to WDJY 99.1 FM to the Arrington Gavin Show Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there's multiple ways you can tune into the program. We make sure we give it to you real, raw, unfiltered. We want to look, we entertain, but we also want to inform. We have fun at the same time, but we truly want some, you to pick up something, to learn something from our conversations, right? We have the conversations that you have during your family reunions, during the cookouts. You have fun, but guess what? You eventually have those real conversations. We want to keep you up to speed. We want to keep you afloat with stuff. We want to keep you woke, okay? And I'm using that as a positive way, not like how the far right wants to twist up that word. Oh, woke. Oh my gosh. First of all, woke is about being informed and staying informed, about being aware. It's not about all that other crap that you see folks that they spew. Oh my god, woke this, woke that. Please give me a break. As I mentioned, what is the opposite of woke? Let's have a little quick learning lesson here. What is the opposite of woke, class? Asleep. So would you rather be asleep, or would you rather be awake? Would you rather be woke? Alrighty. Let's get it going with our fun fact of the day before we get moving on to our show. So, my friends, on today's fun fact, did you all know that electric cars have been around much longer than you might think? They were popular in the late 1800s and early 1900s before gas powered cars took over. What? What? What you talking about, Andrew? I look. The proof is right there. The proof is right there. That's very true. Look it up. As much as I can't stand electric cars, I'm more of a hybrid guy. I'm not into I'm gonna spend hours and hours charging my car, because it'll be my luck that I'm driving and my thing is out and I'm trying to look for the nearest charger and ain't nowhere to be found and I'm screwed. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. And I'll tell you one thing. Uh if y'all getting Teslas out there, I mean, it's looking hard right now on Elon Musk and them Teslas. All right. I think I read something not too long ago. They're selling a more affordable, quote unquote affordable cyber truck. First of all, ain't that the most ugliest looking truck y'all ever seen? Or is it just me? That thing is some kind of ugly. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just thinking about it makes me look. And I'll be honest, I never even liked the Teslas. I never cared for them. I didn't. Look like I don't know, a ladybug on wheels or something. I never liked the body of it. Yeah, the inside looks pretty dope, but I wasn't really crazy about them. Okay, let me digress from that. Let's go ahead and shout out some of our proud supporters of the Aaron to Gavin show, like our friend Dapper Luke, the Dapper Luke collection. That is right, my friends. Where tradition meets bold innovation, and every stitch tells a story of distinction. Redefine custom suit excellence, one masterpiece at a time. Crafted for the connoisseur, worn by the refined, the Dapper Luke collection offers men's custom suits exclusively tailored and unmistakably you. Okay, my by appointment only. Step into an intimate, private showroom experience and exclusive journey where precision, craftsmanship, and personal expression reign supreme. The Dapper Luke collection, redefine custom suit excellence. I want to thank my good friend Luke Haskett, better known as Dapper Luke. Is a black owned, veteran owned custom clothier that benefits men and also women. He has made multiple pieces for me, of suits, shirts, business casual, casual. He's even created my wedding suit, my oh so popular wedding suit that I walked down the aisle in. Man, it was sharp, man. Let me tell you something. This is the real deal, Holyfield. So look, if you want to check him out, look, do me a favor, visit his website, dapperlukecollection.com, or you can check out his showrooms. He has one located in Baltimore, Maryland, okay, as well as one located in Virginia Beach, Virginia. So just be sure to, give Dap a holla and check him out, man. Make sure you gotta beef up those threads. You know what I mean? You gotta sprucing up the suit game. You know what I mean? All right, my friends. Look, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We have a lot more show for you in store. You are tuning in to the Arrington Gavin Show.
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, this that new GoVerse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the show. I'm your guy, Arrington Gavin. Let's get it going with our first headline. As I mentioned in the beginning of the show, look, there's some tension happening in MAGA land, in MAGA world. There's some tension happening in the air, and I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I love it. First one I want to bring up is journalist, host, MEGYN Kelly. She is host of the MEGYN Kelly Show on Sirius XM. She is a former Fox News host turned to NBC that lasted for about a weekend, and then bam, she got her own platform. And so she's been a very vocal supporter, which is shocking because if you don't recall, during the inaugural years of Trump becoming this politician, where you really started seeing his true colors, MEGYN Kelly was one of his biggest critics. Why? Because he disrespected her, insulted her publicly, right? And so we're like, oh, this will never, work hand in hand. Fast forward, MEGYN Kelly comes out endorsing Trump, which is kind of like against what she stands for, because she comes by, she's an independent, right? She's a registered independent, but she's more of a right-leaning independent, right? I mean, hello, you're freaking you endorse Donald Trump, for crying out loud. So that kind of tells you which aisle she flows with. But I thought was very interesting. She recently had criticized I believe she was the former South Dakota governor. Yeah, because North Dakota, Kristi Noem, who is currently the Homeland Security Secretary. I forgot she was one former governor of one of the Dakotas, and South Dakota. It was South Dakota, and Secretary Noem had posted this, or shared this video of her by the border holding a gun, all suited up like if she was on a mission, right? And MEGYN Kelly did not like that. Let me go ahead and play this soundbite for you so you can hear some of the tension in her voice. Let me see if I can get this soundbite for you working.
She's cosplaying ICE agent, and she of course is doing it with like 25 pounds of hair, only to be outdone by her 30 pounds of makeup and false eyelashes. There's no false eyelashes on an ICE raid. Stop trying to glamorize the mission and put yourself in the middle of it as you cosplay ICE agent, which you're not. I can't stand these photo ops, you guys. I think they diminish ICE. They diminish DHS, CPB. She's not an agent. She is an administrative policy person appointed by Trump because she was very loyal to him. Fine. But stop with the glam. I mean, she looks like I look right now, but she's out in the field with her gun being like, we're going to go kick some ass. No one wants you there. She's
What's funny?
cosplaying.
You know what's so funny? And oh god, this is Megyn Kelly is irritated. You know why she's irritated? Because no one reacts like that when they first see somebody doing this. Okay. Megyn Kelly is doing this because she knows this is an ongoing tradition in the Republican Party. Really, it's a political thing. I've seen people do it on both sides. In all opinion, everybody's always going to pose for a photo op, right? Knowing damn well they don't have no need to be there. They have no ties with this. They do it for photo ops. Because that helps them look good. That helps them, quote unquote, look like, see, I'm in the field. I'm doing this. I'm working hard. One photo op will take care almost a whole year or half of their term. All right. So, as weird as I'm gonna say this, I mean, Megyn Kelly's right. Like, stop with the BS on. She's literally glammed up, got the makeup on, hair did everything, nails did everything, did, and then said, "All right, hand me a gun. We're here at this, and we're gonna do it." She's literally, she like she said, she's a policy maker. She's nowhere near on the field directly. But you know what, Megyn? Once again, this is what you endorsed. So why don't you just yell at yourself? Go in the mirror and yell at yourself. Because you endorsed this. You voted for this. Goodness gracious. I love it when folks get that she's more frustrated the fact that I wasted my brand on you. I did this, I did that. Let me read this to more in contents for you. This reported by The Hill said, and they labeled her the right-wing political commentator Megyn Kelly slammed Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem for immigration and customs enforcement. The abbreviation is ISIS or ICE, excuse me, ICE agent cosplay during field operations. Kelly, who praised Noem for doing a great job as Department of Homeland Security, argued the former South Dakota governor should do away with photo ops while visiting various DHS agents and other officials. Now, I'm not going to reread what she had quoted, but Noem obviously dismissed the criticism, arguing that agents are proud of her willingness to put on a ICE hat during visits. Okay. She quoted, "Every day I wake up and there's new criticism. It's something different every single day, so I try not to pay attention to the noise." She obviously I'm guided by the folks that I work with every day to be appropriate for the situation that I'm in, and to take the same that precautions they do. All right. I continue quoting, I will tell you that I oversee 26 different components of the Department of Homeland Security, and they are proud of the fact that I'm willing to wear an ICE hat, that I'm willing to wear an HSI vest, that I'm willing to go into there and wear something and be proud of them and the work that they do. He told Fox host Jesse Waters, who's another character. I can say some words, but for the sake of my job, I'm not going to go there. They didn't have that with the last leadership team. Of course, they're going to continue to criticize last administration, which I always think is such a cop-out thing to do, because once you're elected, I'm sorry, I'm not going to continue to talk about the past administration. I'm going to say, okay, look, we're in a pickle, but we're working hard. We're doing this. We're doing that. Stop bringing up last administration, especially when it's been what? We're past 3 months, almost 4 months now. Yeah, it's almost been 4 months now. So give me a break. Give me a break, please. Well, actually more than 4 months if you think about it. Let's see here. I'm not going to read any more criticism, but I just think it's so funny that you got these enemies now happening within the MAGA movement. And there's some more. That's not the only one. That was just one story. Another story involves Elon Musk and Peter Navarro. Now, to remind you all who Peter Navarro is, he's a counselor for the President of the United States, probably one of Donald Trump's longest senior counsels for trade and manufacturing. He's American economist. He initially was indicted on some charges. I mean, he's an interesting fellow. That's all I'll say. He's a very interesting fellow. In let's see here. He sought out to overturn presidential election, advance conspiracy theories on election fraud. Of course he did. So he's team Mike Lindell. In February 2022, was subpoenaed twice by Congress. Navarro refused to comply and then referred to the Justice Department in 2022. Let's see. The grand jury indicted him on 2 counts of contempt of Congress. In 2023, Navarro was convicted on both counts, and in 2024 he was sentenced to 4 months in jail, becoming the first former White House official imprisoned on a contempt of Congress conviction. Now, in January of 2025, he was appointed as senior counsel. Have you ever heard about anybody being arrested, locked up, taken out, and then appointed by the president? It's pretty funny. He was appointed as senior counsel to the trade and manufacturing for President Donald Trump's second term. In his second term, Navarro became a key official behind Trump's imposition of tariffs on Canada, China, Mexico. So he's teams tariffs, by the way. Now, that's just a little bit about Peter Navarro. So I gave you a big picture of who he is. But the funny thing is, he got enemies within the MAGA party too. Guess who it is? Won't believe this. Elon. Elon Musk do not like Peter Navarro. Now I feel as though that Peter might need to watch himself, because Elon is obviously more powerful than him. And I'm not talking about because of money. I'm talking about because of power he has within the administration. All right? Elon can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. You hear me? And so recently, Elon posted on his X platform, Navarro is truly a moron. What he says, he is demonstrably false. I mean, yikes, my friends, yikes. Peter Navarro on Elon Musk, he's like, well, all I understand in the White House that Elon's a car manufacturer, but he's not a car. No, I'm sorry. Elon's a car manufacturer. He is not a car manufacturer. He's a car assembler. That hit Elon right there. He's like, did he just call me a car assembler? Let me tell you something. If I'm worth almost $300 billion or over $300 billion, call me whatever you want. If I have 5 million, 10 million, call me whatever you want. I will ignore and head right to the bank and cash my checks and make this money. I mean, this is the funny thing, man. These folks are, I mean, there's grown people, attacking each other on social media. Well, he's this. Well, you're a moron. You're a car assembler. You're not even a car manufacturer. Duh, duh, duh. Like, what are we doing, people? What are we doing here? When I tell you, it's administration. Whoo, I got to take a sip on that one. This administration is a circus. It is a circus. It is a circus. I hope y'all know Jesus. I hope that y'all know Jesus. That's all I'm gonna say. But as I continue this, Peter Navarro was recently on CNN talking with Casey Hunt, and he repeatedly insisted that all is well between him and Elon Musk. And he was like, no, really. He quoted, "Elon and I are fine. We're great." President Trump's terrorist mastermind told, as I mentioned, Casey Hunt, who is the host she has her new show on CNN called The Arena, with Casey Hunt. He said, "It's no problem. I said that earlier. It's like it's no problem at all." See, he trying to cover his tail. He said, let me see here. So this feud between the two advisors went nuclear earlier during the week. During one of the weeks when they stood at odds over president's market crashing liberation tariffs. Look, Terror sucks. All right. I can understand doing terrorist, but it's the way you are doing it, sir. It's the dumbest thing of all times, really. You're continuing to see economists, you're continuing to see folks from both sides saying this is not good, this is not good. You see long-time Republican donors saying, what is this man doing? You have folks within the Republican Party saying, at this point, I've lost. What is he doing? What is happening here? It's funny. I saw this Instagram post of Trump and Xi Jinping uh literally going at each other, and it's like until they're like literally 1,000 years old saying 2,000% on terrorists. The other one is saying 4,000. I mean, they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. Um, let me see here. Musk has called Navarro dumber than a sack of bricks, and Peter Navarro, and Peter, well, I'm not gonna say the last part that he said, but a sack of bricks. And he also, yes, he called him a lot outside of his name. Navarro said, "My job is trade. Elon does Doge, and the twain doesn't meet. The twine doesn't meet." Uh, that's a tempest in a teapot, and it's in my rearview mirror, and it's here. We're fine. Look, y'all, they not fine. And this is all happening so early, and I'm just saying, like, who's gonna? I'm honestly, and I hate to say it because I never wish for nobody to lose their job. I wonder who's gonna get let go first. Because either somebody's gonna get let go or somebody's gonna resign. It's gonna happen. It happens in all administrations, but specifically, I mean, remember Trump's first administration? That man had folks leaving left and right, getting fired or resigning. I mean, it was ongoing like the whole time. Let's see here. I want to move it on. So we talked about Megan Kelly and Chrissy Nome. Boom, that's one. Pew Navarro and Elon Musk. Oh, that's two. And then we got Joe Rogan. What? Joe Rogan and conservative British journalist who's I believe I don't know if he's a paid contributor with Fox News. Journalist Douglas Murray calls out Joe Rogan for hosting fringe guests and not actual experts. Whoa, wait a minute. What is going on here? First of all, if it wasn't for Joe Rogan, Trump might have not been in office. You know what I'm saying? What is with these folks going after the powerful elites within the MAGA movement? All right. Joe Rogan faced a rare role reversal on his show, The Joe Rogan Experience, as guest Douglas Murray, a conservative British journalist, called him out directly for routinely platforming fringe commentators to speak about ongoing conflicts involving Israel and Ukraine during a recent episode. Now, the exchange lasted roughly 40 minutes, which is pretty intense. A exchange lasted 40 minutes because Joe Rogan's show, y'all know, it's like an average of like 3 hours. Like it's long as hell. But hey, agree with agree or disagree with his values. I've been honest here on the program to say he has been a prolific and iconic figure in podcasting. He's changed the game. He's one of the pioneers of podcasting. That I will give him credit. I don't agree with his political views, but hey, I tune into the show. I do. Says here that Murray, who has been vocal in his support for both Ukraine and Israel, pressed Rogan repeatedly on whether his guest list has favored critics of both efforts, accusing some of his guests of peddling conspiracies or amateur historical analysis. I quote, it says here, "Can I ask you something? Since the war in Ukraine began and the war in Israel began, you've had quite a lot of people who are very against both in different ways. Do you think you've had enough people who are supportive of either war?" Rogan deflected, initially resisted the premise, I don't know that word enough, if that's a good word, he said. Let's say enough people who are on the side of Israel instead of wild critics, Murray replied. After listening several pro-Israel guests, including Jordan Peters. Let's see, Jordan Peters, and I believe that's Giad Saad or Gaid Said. Uh, Rogan admitted, yeah, probably more titled towards the idea that perhaps the way they've done it is barbaric. Okay. Now, Murray pressed on by saying, why do you think that is just out of interest? I'm just interested in your selection of guests because you're like the world's #1 podcast. He up there, but there's other podcasts now that I've been noticing that has been kind of taken, like Megan Kelsey's wife. Kylie Kelsey, I think her name is. She has a popular podcast now. Call her daddy. All right. Somebody Robbins. Is it Mel Robbins? I think she's been like, there's starting to be a shift now in the podcast world. He's still up there, at least in the top 5. Don't get me wrong, he's still up there in the top 5, making that shmoney. Rogan then responded by saying, I don't think about it that way. I just think I'd like to talk to this person. Murray then flagged Rogan's interview with conspiracy theorist Ian Carroll. He says, it's your show, but he said, but sure, but if you're going to interview historians historians of the conflict or historians in general, why would you get somebody like Ian Carroll? And the interview continues, and mainly what the man is asking is, you get these, excuse my French, but you get these nut jobs, freaking these crazy folks on the show speaking bizarre stuff anyway that don't know this. They say they're experts because look, everybody can say they're expert. Everybody can say they're expert. I can say I'm an expert. I can say I'm an expert in anything. I'm an expert in I'm an expert in, I don't know, pick one. And I would say this. Rogan does have folks from all avenues, right? Now, whatever he finds, it's his show, damn it. I mean, let's be honest, it's his show. So whatever he's more interested in, he's going to say, well, I want this person on. Because I'm they're more into my. Now, I've lost respect as far as with his selection, because he had at the time Alex Jones on his show multiple times, and y'all can look up who Alex Jones is. He is somebody that has always been he's famous for being a known conspiracy theorist, true disgusting individual, and that's just one of the tone pool. He's had Candace Owens on. He's had, oh gosh, he's had anybody and everybody. And don't get me wrong, I respect that at some point. I mean, I respect as far as having open dialogue from folks from all sides of the aisle, but I'm sorry, there's been too many occasions when Alex Jones, Candace Owens, just name a couple of folks, has personally attacked and insulted individuals and groups. And that, my friends, I do not agree with. And I don't allow, and nor do I think they deserve to have a platform to share that. That's just in my honest opinion. But yeah, Rogan got caught on his own show. And I'm just like, wow, where is the world coming to? Where is the world coming to? Let me tell you something. Okay, friends, we're going to take another quick commercial break. Do not go anywhere. You are tuning in to the Arrington Gavin Show. Be right back after these commercial breaks.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
What's happening, my friends? Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm your host and homie, Arrington Gavin. Be sure, my friends, to tune in to the Arrington Gavin Show, our social media platforms: Instagram, Blue Sky, X. What else am I forgetting? X, uh, Substack, Blue Sky. Please follow us on those social media platforms. I truly appreciate it. Content that I don't have the time to share here on the show, look, I take it to social media. So please do me a favor. We live in a very digital, digital savvy. Everything is going digital. So please be sure to support the Arrington Gavin Show by following us on our social media platforms: Instagram, Blue Sky, X, and Substack. I truly appreciate that. Okay, next up on the storyline we have for you, as I mentioned earlier, SNL is heading to the UK. That's right. The longest running, popular, multi-award winning comedy sketch show that has been in front of our faces on the TV screens for over 50 years is going to have their own UK version that's going to premiere in 2026. Now, this article right here, I'm going to read off of Deadline, says here that the SNL officially lands UK remake with Sky. Live from London, it's Saturday night. 3.5 years after Deadline revealed Sky was remaking Saturday Night Live in the UK, the Comcast-owned network officially handed the series a green light. So the remake will premiere. The remake will premiere in 2026. I was about to say 2016. Lord have mercy. 2026 is the most high-profile international version of the vulnerable NBC late night show after remakes in China, Germany, Italy, and South Korea, which I did not know that. So let's see how this goes, because I was actually talking to a good friend of mine about when certain popular shows that are very popular within their home turf will transition and move, take it to another area. And I'm like, one thing I've noticed, and I'm not being biased because I'm from the United States, but have you ever seen, like, when UK shows will move to the States, which one is more popular, the American version or the UK version? Because think about it. Shameless, I'm pretty sure Shameless became more popular in the States than it was in the UK. The Office, oh, come on now. It became more popular in the US. So all I'm saying is, let's see how this will occur for for Lauren Michaels, the creator of Saturday Night Live. But yeah, that will be interesting, and we will continue to follow up with that. Let me look at my time here. Let's move it on to another story in pop culture. One of my favorite movies, uh Friday, uh created by Ice Cube, that starred Ice Cube, Chris Tucker, let's see, Mike Epps, John Witherspoon, Tiny, uh who else? Who else? I mean, so many folks. Cat Williams. I mean, it created so many memorable characters and names, and you name it, that came out of the Friday series. Now, out of the three they had, obviously the first one was great. I would say even I would say the first one. I think the first one topped the last, the last two. But but you know, the wait is finally over, because we've been waiting countless of times saying, okay, when are they going to make another Friday? Because out of all the movies that they have made into that they have remade or brought back and this, that, and the other, it's like, why have they not made another Friday? And so, as I mentioned earlier, y'all, the wait is finally over. I wanted to pull up a graphic, but I'm looking at my time is probably a little short, so bump that. It says here that last Friday, that's going to be the title. Last Friday is officially in the works. Last Friday gets green light. Says here the Hollywood Reporter shared in a new interview with New Light Cinema president and CCO Richard Brenner, excuse me, who gave some updates on the company's future, which includes producing the final Friday film. He quoted saying, "We are making another Friday." I couldn't be more happy. The first Friday happened back in 1995. That was a hell of a year, by the way. Yours truly was born in that year. I just felt like sharing that with you. Which starred Chris Tucker, Ice Cube, Nia Long, Tiny Zeus Liston, Regina King, Clarence Witherspoon, and others. First of all, have y'all ever heard somebody address John Witherspoon as Clarence? That might be an error on this article, by the way, but I've never heard them address him as Clarence. Then they went on in 2000 to make Next Friday, and then in 2002, Friday After Next. There has not been a movie related to that since. Now, the sad part is we have lost John Witherspoon, R.I.P. You lost Ezel, who played Ezel. My neck, my back, my neck, and my back. He passed away. Tiny passed away. Bernie Mac, who made an appearance in the first movie. I mean, you had some key figures that we lost, and on top of that, Chris Tucker became a born again Christian, so he decided to clean up his comedy, meaning that he really was good. He was done with the cussing. And look, in the first Friday, he cussed a lot. Okay, he cussed a lot, and so a lot of folks are saying, is that why they're having problems trying to bring back old? Because look, after this first Friday, Chris Tucker was kind of replaced with Mike Epps, which Mike Epps, he played a hell of a role in the Friday series. So all I want to say is I'm excited. I can't wait to see it in the works. I will be tuning in. Don't get me wrong, I've been very vocal on when you should stop a series. I believe you should stop it at number 3. I don't think you should continue on all these films. I mean, I'm a little biased because I love the Equalizer series, and I think I think they're making a 4th one. But it's one thing I can't stand is Fast and Furious. I can't stand it. They made like 50,000 of them. All right, give it up. Give it up. It's too much. All right. Um, they're making I mentioned they're making a 4th or 5th Bad Boys movie. They're making another Equalizer. Be realistic, folks. Let's be realistic. You cannot continue to toss out so many of these sequels. It drives me berserk. All right. I will say this though. I will say this. You have a lot of up and coming stars in the comedy world that deserve shots at TV, right? We see the growth of these young comics because there's a new brand of comedians. You have the ones that make a career through social media. They're social media funny, but a lot of them don't have good stand-up ability. And I'm saying this as a viewer. I'm no stand-up king, but I'm just saying I'm a visual person. But you have folks that can literally be versatile. They're funny on social media. They're funny on stage. They're funny in TV. They're funny in films. Like DC Young Fly, young guy. He's made a huge career. DC Young Fly, um, um, the guys from 85 South, Carlos Miller, Chico Bean, um, who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? We see Andrew Schultz, which I mean, uh, Friday's more of a cult classic. I would prefer to see more of the black comedians on that one, like how they did in all the movies. Um, Man, who else could get on that one, y'all? Help me out here. Help me out. I got nothing right now. I got nothing. I got nothing. With the Wayans brothers makes any appearances in it? Nah. I want to say no Wayans brothers. I want to say the Wayans brothers. Uh, well, I will say this though. I will say this. John Witherspoon's son can impersonate him really well. I don't know if they can make. No, they can't. They can't try and remake. Anyway, we're gonna follow up. We're gonna keep y'all posted on this. But I think it's some great news. The fact that they are coming back finally with a new Friday film. I will be checking it out. I'm praying that it will succeed, right? Because when you see these films that hasn't started so long, whoo, I mean, you had you could Michael Blackson. Michael Blackson was in the third one. Clifton Powell was Pinky. They got to bring back Pinky. Kim Whitley was also in the second one, and then you had some more was in the third one with Uncle Elroy. It will, I'm excited. I'm actually looking forward because the more I'm thinking, the more I keep on thinking. Because see, my stuff comes very late, y'all. It comes very late. Let's see here. Let's move it on, folks. To another one of our headlines. I think I'm still doing good with my time. Let's talk about Instagram for a sec. Let's talk about Insta. Insta is getting stricter, as I mentioned earlier, because Instagram is starting to have some more stricter policy with their app. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's like I live on Instagram. I'm always on there like 24/7. It occupies me if I don't feel like watching TV. I'm into it before I go to bed. And I'm gonna tell you one thing that is like crack to me is what is it? TikTok. Oh my goodness, man. Have you ever had like you ever looked at food TikTok videos like while you're in bed, like about to go to bed? It's the worst because then you go to sleep hungry. You like, ooh, look how they made that kimchi. Look how they made that burger. That because I love cheeseburgers. Oh, man, it will be. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'll be in my room. All right, look at me like, are you okay with it? I'll be like, I'm like, don't worry, honey. This is TikTok I'm looking at. Oh, guys, let me continue this, y'all. As I mentioned, though, Insta is getting stricter. Insta is getting stricter. The popular app owned by Meta now, which is the that owns Facebook, which is owned by Zuckerberg. And this is reported by Associated Press says here kids under 16 will no longer be allowed to live stream on Instagram without parental consent. Seems fair. Says here that Instagram users under the age of 16 won't be able to live stream on or unblur nudity in direct messages they've received without parental approval. Owner Meta Platforms said recently as it widened its safety measures for teenagers. Totally agree. The social media company also said it was extending safeguards for users under 18 to Facebook and Messenger. Meta launched its teen account program for Instagram in September to give parents more options to supervise their children's online activities amid of growing backlash against how social media affects the lives of young people. I couldn't agree more. You have to realize, folks, we have a lot of evil in our world. We have a lot of folks that will take advantage of. I mean, that uh, uh, just predators out there that are will make these fake accounts and this and the other. So I think this is a very very good. We already see it now with with streaming services. They got the Netflix for kids. They have Peacock for kids. Now I think this is a true smart thing on Instagram's behalf and Meta. So kudos to them. As I continue reading this, the latest changes will roll out first users in the United States, Britain, Canada, and Australia before going out to global users in the following months. Now, under the changes, teens under 16 are blocked from using Instagram Live unless parents give permission. They also need permission to turn off our feature, and I quote, turn off our feature that blurs images containing suspected nudity in direct messages, Meta said in a blog post. Good for them. Good for them. Let's see here. Uh, supposed to be on IG anyway. Somebody said in the comments, kids don't supposed to be on IG anyway. So apparently TikTok had a ban similar like this long time ago. So apparently Instagram is a little late to the party. I'm gonna look at my time. I think I might got room for one more headline before we close it up, folks. Let's see here. I guess I can. I guess I can share this with you all. So one thing I've caught on from this new administration is the fact that they continue to not only not only um get caught up in these hypocrisy moments, right? But they also continue to do stupid stuff that makes their administration look silly, right? And I'll talk a little more on the next show because I know I'm running a little low on my time. But I will say this: it's always repeated that some of the key things that had hurt Kamala Harris in the last administration was the fact that the right had publicized a clip of her discussing about um transgender issues. I believe it was don't get me quoted on the commercial, but it was a commercial that she was in support of um the surgery for inmates, right? Transgender surgeries for inmates. She was talking a lot on again transgender topics and conversations. And a lot of folks on the left, especially that were supportive of Kamala Harris, were saying, look, that's less than 1% of the population. Why are we, why is that being, spoken more? And you have folks on the right saying, are you for, you know, men competing in women's sports, women competing in men's sport? Like, are you for that? Are you for, excuse me, transgenders competing in predominantly, one gender sports, right? And we can go on as far as like, when it started, the swimmer that was a transgender that when she was a man at the time, she was at the bottom of the totem pole on the rankings. And then when she transitioned, she was allowed to compete against uh biologically born women, right? Women who are biologically females, and started to top the charts, started to compete, started to win all those races. And they're like, what are we doing here? Now I bring this up because the right always criticize, saying, why, for one, why are you talking about an issue that's made up of less than 1%? Why is this even in conversation? Why are we talking about this? But yet I see folks at Fox News continue to share stories where, okay, this person competed in this sport, that person competed in that sport. Now don't get me wrong, it is a story. It's like, okay, there's still sports that is allowing it to occur, and I understand the fact that, okay, we need to have this conversation. We need to have this conversation. I understand folks' frustration on the issue, but if it's such a lesser reason or a lesser issue that does not affect the political space, then why does the right continue to push it out? Because here's the thing: the more they air it, it starts to become a broader issue. The more you air something, the more you report on something, the more when you put something in a headline and speak about it, very often, guess what? Is stuck in their head, and it becomes a broader issue. But in reality, it's not. It makes up of less than 1% of the population. So in my mind, I'm like, both sides are kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. I got to thinking about that. I got to thinking about that. And I'm just like, if it's not that big of an issue, why are you guys continue to report about it? Oh, you're trying to make it a big issue, right? You're trying, because here's the thing. That's the left's kryptonite, because the right will continue to bring that up, just like the left will continue to bring up women's reproductive rights, which in my opinion, women's reproductive rights is a huge issue. The right to choose, come on now. But did it affect this past presidential election? Nope. Did it have any any effects in that? No. Why? Because majority black women voted for Kamala Harris. A lot of white women did not. All right. What I'm trying to say is you would think she would receive the majority of the female vote, or at least the whole shebang, but she didn't. Because why? People are all focused on the almighty dollar. Money, 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 money. That's all that they were worried about. That is all that they were worried about. And so now that she lost, there's speculations that Kamala Harris could be potentially taking a run for the California governor's race, which, hey, she has the right to run for anything she wants to. Now, should she? I mean, look, you were elected on the local level, state level, federal level, and you became VP at one of the highest levels. Girl, kick back, enjoy life, start a brand, start a new business venture, continue being a voice in politics. But I mean, I just feel as though, like, why still pursue? Now, she will always have the support of her state. California is a huge liberal state, and they love them some Kamala Harris. All right. But I just think that she's been through a lot. I would prefer to see her, say sayonara and be over with politics. That's just me, y'all. That's just me. But what do I know? What do I know? I tell you one thing, I ain't gonna be running for no politics. I tell you that much. I'll run away from it. Because if I had to run for politics, I wouldn't be able to say what I gotta say. I wouldn't be able to have this conversation with you all Monday through Fridays. Okay, weeknights, Monday through Fridays, with you all. As always, my friends, look, that is our time. I hope you all continue to support the Arrington Gavin show. Please do me a favor, share with the friends. Continue watching us on our social media platforms. Follow us as well on our streaming platforms, like our YouTube channel. Give us a like, give us a comment, a positive or negative comment. Hey, look, as long as you commented, that means you engaged. I appreciate you. All right. But please continue to support. You can check us out evenings, Monday through Fridays on YouTube, Rumble, all podcast platforms, wherever you listen to your podcast. You can also check it out on our radio affiliates. First up in the Metro Atlanta area, WDJY 99.1 FM, as well as in New Orleans, WBOK 1230 AM. That's right, my friends. And you can also watch us on the Goatverse TV app. So do me a favor, be sure to download that right now. Available on the App Store, Google Play Store for you Android users out there, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire. The Arrington Gavin Show. Y'all, take care. God bless. I'll talk to you next time for another great episode, another great conversation. I'm out.